I think I may have found the perfect backpack for carrying around a cinema camera, more specifically the Canon C200. The CineBags CB25B Revolution backpack is something that I've been using for a couple of weeks now, and it is the perfect solution for carrying around the Canon C200. The pricing on this varies. I've seen it go between $240 and $270. It just depends on how lucky you get when you pick it up. If you're interested in pricing and availability of this backpack, it will be linked in the description. It also comes in a bunch of different colors as well. I like the black charcoal because it's more muted. I don't want to kind of flash that I have a lot of expensive gear in this thing, because you can carry a ton of gear in this backpack. So with all that said, let's go ahead and crack into all the compartments and show you what this backpack is capable of doing and allowing you to carry. All right, so let's start with the top of the CB25B. There is 5 quick access compartments. Additionally, you get this nice top handle that is padded, so as you start loading gear into this, it gets kind of heavy, and this allows you to pick it up with some comfort. With the zippers, they're all reinforced and add a level of water resistance. They're not waterproof, so just be aware of that water can seep into these if you're not careful. As we crack into the top, there's this top compartment that is roughly the size of the top of the body of the backpack, and it is about 2 inches deep. You can throw batteries, cables, all that type of stuff in there. Be careful with keeping valuables in there, because pickpockets can get easy access to these 5 compartments. As we move on to the side here, there is a quick access compartment that you can store things in as well, and it is this deep right there. And on this side, you get the same type of compartment here. So just know that it runs about that deep and is that size. As we move on to the front, you get a really nice front compartment that allows you to sort pens or pencils or anything like that, and kind of keep a notebook. It's roughly a notebook size, so you can keep pens, pencils, and you also get another interior compartment of this that allows you to store more stuff. So this is a great addition that allows you to organize your thoughts or whatever you need to do. And on the front of this, there's another compartment. So this is the 5th compartment, but this one is lined with some felt material. So if you wanted to store like any type of maybe UV filter or anything like that, it'd fit really nicely in there, and it wouldn't scratch it because it's felt lined. It's got this nice felt material. And on the front, you get this nice CineBag logo that you can remove, which is nice. It looks kind of like a Sennheiser logo in my opinion, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and move on to the front of the bag. All right, so as the front of the bag, you can see these quick straps here. This allows you to extend the depth of the bag and store, I don't know, a tripod or something like that. So the bag gets really wide. That's one thing that you'll need to keep in mind if you're going to keep this or try to take this on as a carry-on luggage. You don't want it to extend beyond this size, because this size is a perfect carry-on item. But if you add something to it, one, it adds a ton of weight, and also it won't be carry-on size anymore. So just keep that in mind. As we close these up, they're really nice clips. Looks like they're going to stand the test of time. One thing I want to highlight is that it allows you to store up to a 17-inch laptop right here. You can store up to a 17-inch size laptop here. I'm not a fan of this design because I'd rather have this closer to my back, but I understand the design sacrifice that had to be made, and we'll talk about that here momentarily. If you're carrying an Ursa Mini, EVA 1 or a C200, it ends up, the weight distribution works out just fine. But just know that your laptop is in the front of the backpack. As we pick this up and move on to the side, you get this really deep pocket, and it allows you to keep an ID or something there. If you open this up, you get the whole pocket here on this whole side, so it goes all the way down. On the other side, it's a little bit different design. You get 2 pockets that go the depth of what you see here on camera. And you can store all kinds of stuff in here. There's no special lining or anything like that, so just keep that in mind. Now we're moving on to the rear of the backpack. One thing I want to talk about quickly is the quick detach waist straps that you can remove and put on quickly. I really, really like this design, because when you take them off, there's not this awkward element that's still included on the backpack. There's just these little things dangling here, and it's not a big deal. Usually backpacks with this type of design have quite a bit of stuff hanging off and all that type of stuff, but not here. You can quickly reattach and detach these things on the fly, and I really, really like that design. One thing I want to highlight about the CB25B is its strength. Its shoulder strap placement. They're all the way at the top and they're all the way to the edge of the backpack, which allow me to carry a ton of weight because you can carry a ton of stuff in this backpack, and that can get heavy really quickly. Also, the design of these shoulder straps have these cushioned little pads in them, so as it gets heavier, it doesn't put undue stress or undue pressure on your shoulders, as they're placed nicely and they got this cushioning. Fantastic design, and that's probably my favorite thing about this backpack is the ability to load it up and be comfortable. You can also see that you can make adjustments to your shoulder clip and all that type of stuff, but the shoulder straps on this backpack are phenomenal, and that's why I recommend this backpack to you before we even get into the main compartment. I almost forgot, before we get into the main compartment, there's this little place right here that's called rain cover. If you open this up, there's a pre-stored rain cover that allows you to add that extra level of water resistance. And this is actually a waterproof cover. Let's go ahead and crack into the main compartment. It is a back access, so everything that's important to you has to be accessed after you take the backpack off. As you crack into it, before we get into this, you can see that there are a couple of compartments here. You can store things in there that you need. There's this nice little cover here that you can use to cover your gear. I have it down right now because I'm demonstrating the actual purpose of it. You can also write your name, your phone number, and all that type of stuff. If somebody finds it, it'd be nice for them to return it. But you can roll this up. There's this nice little Velcro strap, and you can just store this away if this isn't something you'd like to use. As you can see, I can just roll it up and stow it away, and then I never see it again. You get a couple of things shipped to you. It's all put in this package, but you get these extra dividers. I haven't found use of these extra ones that I have because I store my C200 body here, and then all the lenses and things fit phenomenally. So you get a couple, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 of these little ones, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 of these bigger ones, and then one really long one. And it's all lined with the soft Velcro, so you can kind of put this thing as you need. And you can even remove it from the whole the bag, because it's all removable. This whole insert here is removable. So you can do with what you please with this backpack. If you're not carrying cinema gear or anything for a certain amount of time, you can use this bag to carry other things. The walls are really nice and padded, so you don't have to worry about putting your stuff down and stuff cracking. All right, so the CineBags CB25B Revolution backpack is by far one of the best backpacks I've used in quite some time. The weight distribution, the shoulder straps, the ability to carry a ton of stuff on you without undue stress or just being uncomfortable. Because carrying a lot of stuff out in the field, especially cinema gear that's expensive and you want to protect and all that type of stuff, it just becomes quite a difficult task in finding the right backpack that allows you to get in and out of places and maintain your mobility. This Revolution backpack is by far the best backpack that I have found, and I've used quite a bit of backpacks in my time, and this thing just works great. The waist strap, the shoulder straps, everything just works phenomenally. And you can get these things for like 240 bucks. I can't recommend anything, even paying a higher price when I've seen them go for 270 bucks. I highly recommend this backpack to you. All right, before I close, I must disclose B&H was kind enough to send the CB25B Revolution backpack out to me for testing and review. I will say that I am going to keep this backpack because I haven't found any better solution for carrying around a cinema camera and its lenses and its batteries and all its accessories and drone, my Mavic Pro, everything fits in this thing. And yes, it may be heavy, but I am able to maintain my mobility. With all that said, if you're interested in pricing and availability, it'll be linked in the description of the video. Feel free to check that out. Well, that about does it for me in this one. If you like this video, please feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, you know what to do. Thank you for taking the time to watch. I am Tomas, and I will catch you in the next one.